Let me tell you a story. So I used to hate myself a lot. I was just not really happy with who I was. And it was because you can imagine younger me. Like I had the classic skinny fat physique. I just wasn't really happy with how my life was going. I was getting bullied a lot. I had this one best friend and he was able to attract like any girl he wanted all through junior high and some through high school when we still talked, and I was just never able to attract a girl at that time. So I really just didn't like how my life was going. But eventually I would start to try and improve myself. I would start to do the basic things like I would work out, I would start dieting, I would start meditating. And I'll be honest, I saw the results. I was starting to get more confident, more healthy. I was starting to actually be able to attract a girl. But even though I was doing all that and I was improving my life, I still felt empty. It still felt like there was something missing. And this is something I've noticed in so many young men. They do all these things that they're told online, like, oh, go to the gym and diet, get lean, make money, all these things. And yet they do all that and it's awesome, but they still feel empty. And recently I've realized the big reason why, and so I just wanted to tell you in this video. So basically your improvement journey, your self-improvement journey is gonna look like this. It's three pillars. It is your body, your mind, and your soul, right? So your body, it's like one of the most basic things like most people will do is like go to the gym, diet, sleep, improve the way your face looks, all these things. Like most people are starting to do that, right? We can already agree that you're probably working on that. And next up is your mind. You've probably heard of this stuff like dopamine detoxing, how to control like your thoughts, your insecurities, your emotions. Are you going to be that kind of abusive father that like listens to his anger, or are you actually going to be nice to your kids? That kind of thing. And a lot of that is just like meditation and dopamine detox and stuff. And the thing is, a lot of people will do the body part but they won't do the mind. So you can imagine like the basic like gym bro, he goes to the gym, right? But he doesn't even really meditate. He doesn't do any of these things. He still doom scrolls TikTok. He still has a porn addiction, and it's just a lot of people live like that, right? Fortunately, I was able to start like working on the mind part of myself when I was like really young. Like I was 16 years old and I was learning how to like meditate, and I was like deleting like TikTok and all these weird social medias like years ago. But then the third part is soul. And I swear I cannot find anyone online that talks about this. And it's really weird because it's one of like the body, mind, soul. It's just as important, if not more important than those, right? So soul is basically just what is your purpose? What is your mission? Who do you want to be? What do you want to do with your life? And it also includes things like your relationship with God, your relationship with other people. Matthew 16 verse 26 says this: for what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and forfeits his soul? Imagine these people, they get all the success, they have the aesthetic body, they're like millionaires, right? But their soul is just like, you can imagine they're doing some weird way to make money. Like you want to get rich, right? But imagine you had to get rich doing some weird thing like OnlyFans management or whatever it's called. There's like, I'll see these videos of these teenagers and they're like, I bought my third Lamborghini and it's because I'm an OnlyFans manager or something. It's just soulless, you know? It's depressing. I've always been really good at working on my body and my mind, you know? I've always been working out, dopamine detox, meditating, all these cool things. But I've found that no one really talks about the soul part. No one talks about how to find your purpose. No one talks about how to improve your relationship with God. By the way, man, if you want to learn more about this, I recently launched a community. It's linked in the description. I'll soon be added some courses to it. I'm still working on it, but it would be awesome if you join. So go check it out. So what can we do to level up our soul? Like imagine it's like a video game and you gain XP. Like for body, it's like you go to the gym, you improve your health. It's pretty simple, right? Your mind is like you meditate, you delete all the social media, you dopamine detox. Pretty easy. But your soul is more complicated. So I wanted to tell you this story. I remember here recently, I was trying to find my purpose with like, not with YouTube, but with what I do outside of like business work and going to the gym, right? So I would always go to martial arts. I was training a lot. Like I was training so much, like 5 days a week, right? And I would kind of push away my friends at the same time. And so some people would get fulfillment out of that, right? Like some people would be like, Yeah, I would get a more fulfilled life if I dedicated my life more to martial arts instead of like hanging out with friends and stuff. Like some people are like that, but I never was. So I was training so much and I had this weird feeling it felt like something was wrong. But then eventually I got an injury. So I was like at MMA practice and we were warming up and I like rolled my ankle and it like sprained and fractured and I had to like hobble out of the gym. It was my right foot too. So bro, imagine like trying to drive and it was fractured. It was a pain in the ass. And so I had to wait like 2 or 3 days for a doctor appointment to get some x-ray scans. And those 2 or 3 days, I couldn't do shit, right? I couldn't go to the gym. I couldn't drive. I was just, if I had to walk around my house to grab food, I had to like lean, I had to like hop on my left leg. I had to like lean on the furniture and stuff. You can imagine it was a pain in the ass, right? And I had so much free time. I did not want to like doom scroll. I was like so pissed. I was like, I'm not just gonna scroll all day. I need to find something else to do. So I did this thing that I call now on this channel sitting in silence. I legit just had this period of like 2 or 3 days. The only reason I would get like distracted is to text friends or my family or something or to go eat food. I was just laying in bed, sitting down outside on the swing, just looking at the trees. And I was just thinking, you got to realize you're so distracted, and this is one of the biggest reasons why men are so purposeless. They're distracted by all these things. People are telling them like, no, you can't be this, you can't be that. You have to be this kind of person. You have to get this degree. You have to do this. And so I sat down with no distractions, and I just thought like, am I even enjoying training this much? Like one of my friends is about to have to leave and I'm not going to see him for 5 years. Like he was going to the military. And I was just thinking like, do I even really enjoy this? Is this the life I want to live? He keeps wanting to hang out with me and I keep like pushing him away because I was like, nah man, I have jiu-jitsu, no, I have kickboxing, I can't really hang out. And I realized, and I made a change, I was like, I don't even really enjoy that much. Like martial arts isn't as big of a focus to me as it is for some other people. Like what I do now is I'll go maybe like 2-3 times a week, but I'm hanging out with my friends way more. And it's just simple as that, bro. Like you literally just have to sit down with no distractions and ask yourself these questions like, what do I want to do with my life? Like I don't give a shit what anyone says, what my parents say, what they say. What do I want to do? Not what other people want me to do, not what social media says is like cool to do. What do I want to do with my life? Do I want to go get this degree? Do I want to go start this business? And you're sitting there, you're praying, you're like, God, please help me find my purpose in this time. Dude, it may take days. This is one of those practices where it may be one of those things you do for like 10 minutes a day or something, but at the same time, it may take days. It took me like 3 days to realize that martial arts wasn't really that big of a focus for me, and I would rather have a bigger social life. And so the thing is, once you find this purpose, you're like, okay, I want to start this business or I want to go get that career, and you can actually take action towards it. Like you are actively taking steps to get whatever your purpose is, right? Dude, that is a sense of fulfillment so many people will never achieve. So many people get that one job because it pays a shit ton, right? But then they hate going to that job. But then if they got the lower job, it's like lower pay, but it's the one they actually would have loved. They would have woken up and smiled knowing that they worked this job. You see what I mean? You would feel so much more fulfilled. I heard this saying before, I'm gonna butcher it. It is something along the lines of, most men die at 25 or something like that, but aren't buried until 80. Most people just like give up on their dreams, give up on their purpose when they're in their 20s. They just goof around. They're not really trying to find their purpose. You can see like they're going to parties, they're distracting themselves with like vaping, drinking, hooking up, all these things. And at the same time, this era we're in as young men, we are supposed to be trying to find our purpose, the thing we want to do, our contribution to other people. The next part of soul, and it's something I'm a bit new to, it is living in the light, living in God's word. So I can tell you a quick story with this. Most people in my area, I'm so grateful, are Christian, right? Like it's just normal in my area to be Christian. I know a lot of places in this world, it's like kind of weird, like you worship God, that's weird. I'm so grateful to be born in a good area. But the thing is, a lot of people in my area are like one foot in and one foot out. Like they say they believe in God, but then you'll see them like go doing weird stuff, posting like this degenerate stuff. Like you can imagine like some girls, they wear some like bad clothes going to Halloween and stuff. But I'm extremely fortunate because my friend isn't one of my best friends isn't one of these people that are just like one foot in, one foot out. He is extremely dedicated to living in the light of the Lord. And so he motivated me so much to level up this part of, your soul. But like I said, I'm a bit new to this, so I'm gonna try to explain it to you how I understand it. Reading your Bible is basically like this timeless advice. Like no matter what time era you're in, this advice is gonna be applicable to your life, right? So I just downloaded the Bible app on my phone, and like every day I'll just read it right after I'm done meditating. And honestly, like day in and day out, as I learn new stuff from the Bible, like studying it, and I apply it to my life, I see myself get happier and happier. And I noticed this like ever since I started working out, I've noticed that some of the happiest people have a shit physique. So you can imagine, like, I'll tell you a quick little story. My grandpa, no offense, but he's not really healthy. You can imagine like a basic grandpa, right? But the thing is, he does two things, which is like he's really good with this part of soul, right? He owns a purposeful business. He's like this electrician person, local, and he loves what he does, right? Like he can retire, but he doesn't want to, because I can tell he just loves what he does. It's awesome. But he is also one of the most Christian people, one of the most devoted people I've ever met in my life. I actually think he is the most devoted person I've met in my life. Like he's been so devoted to living in the light of the Lord. It like ever since I was born, like even before like I was born, he was still living this kind of lifestyle. And yet, bro, he is one of the happiest people that I've ever met in my life. And when people are happy, it is just this thing where it's like they are so magnetic. You want to be around people like that. Like my grandpa and my best friend, they are just so magnetic to be around. You get what I mean? Because you can tell that they're happy. When you live in the light of the Lord and you're applying this like biblically timeless advice, you'll start to notice that you are getting this weird sense of fulfillment that most people never achieve in their life. And the reason why is because most people, they just focus on body, right? Some people will focus on the mind, right? They're doing like the dopamine detox, the meditating, and it's awesome, right? But I swear to you, no one focuses on soul. They just want to go for the career, the business that gets the most money, and it doesn't even make them happy. They don't even, they're like not even Christian, or maybe they're like 1 foot in and 1 foot out Christians. I'm still a bit new to this, but as you can see, I've like every single day when I read my Bible, like right before I started recording this video, I meditated and I read my Bible, and I learned stuff every single day that I applied to my life. And I am watching myself become happier and happier, because it's a lot like noob gains from what I noticed. Like imagine you start working out, right? The gains are really fast and they start to slow down. I feel as if right now that I started to read my Bible and actually like dedicate myself a lot more, I'm realizing that I'm becoming so much more happier every single day. And it's just weird because no one online talks about this. They only talk about body and mind. No one talks about soul. No one talks about purpose. No one talks about your relationship with God. So I really hope you can start taking action on this. But yeah, man. If you want to learn more about this, like I said, I recently launched a community. You should go check it out, link in the description. If you really like this video, I can promise you that you'll like the shit I'm about to start adding into that community. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.